I was wrong on predictions.
Twice.
Twice. You got them both right. You picked Czechia and Canada. I did say if it was a close game, Czechia would win. I was right there. I'm surprised it was overtime. Sweden just could not connect passes to get out of their zone. And then when they did get in the offensive zone, they didn't have a lot of time in there. Czechia was all over them. The goaltending was great by Czechia, almost with Slovakia. Yeah, the first goal Sweden scored started the second period, I believe, from Elias Pettersson. He is a Vancouver Canuck, but not yet. He fed it to Ludvig Jansson for a one-timer, and it went through a defender's legs who was trying to block it, and then in the net, which made it 1-0. And then in the third period, the Sweden players iced the puck in a minute, and then that's what caused Czechia to win the faceoff. Back to the point to Juracek, one-timer, goal to tie it, and then Juracek with the celly skating into the bench, and with all the players just screaming at the top of their lungs. And then they went to overtime. It was kind of slow overtime. Slovakia.
It was kind of boring, I'm not going to lie.
Czechia, it was kind of boring. Czechia, they had the puck for most of it, but they wouldn't do anything. They just couldn't break into the zone. Sweden had some good chances. I'm pretty sure, I want to say Rosen had a breakaway.
Yeah, he dangled like 3 guys.
Yeah. And then, obviously, Juraj Kulik, who was their leading point scorer, scores the OT winner coming off the right side and sending them to the gold medal game. And they have not won a gold or silver since 2001 and 2002 when they won back-to-back golds, I believe.
Well, with that, Leo Carlson got hurt, but his nose, if you saw, he looked like he was at a boxing match.
He can't catch a break. He can't. He got injured a couple times this tournament. And I just wonder, 2 and 3 is such a toss-up for me because personally I have Carlson over Fantilli. And you would have said at the start of this tournament, Fantilli's fallen down. But after the game last night with Fantilli, he played amazing on the fourth line.
Well, he was the best, but I think Zach Dean, who was drafted by Vegas, is the worst player on the team.
Really?
He has the most penalty minutes. He doesn't play that good.
I think they brought him in just for checking. I agree with you. There wasn't a lot I saw in him, but I will say he was one of those guys though that started with the hits. And by the way, my player of the game for Canada, besides Milic, because he was unreal. My player of the game was Joshua Law. He was unreal. He had so many hits. Hits that he missed would throw defenders out of position that would create.
He was drafted in the 6th or 7th round by Montreal.
A steal. I remember hearing that last night, and I always forget. I'm like, that's unreal that he was drafted that late. I love that at the end of the game, the players of tournament for Canada was legit just the second line. It was Stankoven, Bedard, and Waugh. They all go to the watches. And I was like, of course.
Well, yeah, it's from Bedard, but yeah.
But when they said, I think they said Stankoven first, and I look at my dad and I go, they have to do Bedard last. They have to, and they did, and he got the MVP chance, and he is like Matthews and Jonathan Toews when it comes to celebrating. He is not.
Well, he's like a Tavares.
Yeah, but like, so they showed him, like they showed Canada coming out into the locker room after the game, and everyone's celebrating, and then Bedard just straight face walking through, like he knows that it's only gold. They have not won yet, and I love to see that competitive like fire in him. Another guy that had a great game to me was Zellweger. I was really against him.
He does have really big lips.
He does. A little strange that you're looking at that, but he had a lot of defensive mistakes 2 games ago. But I was saying to you during the game, he reads the play so well, picking off those stretch passes through the neutral zone. And that's what the U.S. were accustomed to because they don't have tall guys on the team. And guys like Lane Hudson, they are so good at stretching the play because they're fast, right? They want to play on 2-on-1s and rushes. And Zellweger just read those plays so perfectly to stay composed and pick those pucks off and play it out.
And so you know how you were saying Chicago has another defensive prospect?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Krasinski and Del Mastro.
And Mike Johnson on the commentating called him Dylan Del Mastro at his penalty, and I'm like, that's not Dylan, that's Ethan. Dylan Del Mastro doesn't even exist, and I'm like, good job, Mike Johnson. Two more things I want to bring up about the Canada game. Number one is it felt like there was 6 periods and 3 periods. The first 10 minutes of the first felt like the first period. The U.S. was all over Canada.
Well, the thing is that you said that their defense is bad. They proved you wrong.
Not in the first 10 minutes, but they did prove me wrong.
They only allowed 1 goal in those first 10 minutes.
Yes. I saw a lot. Do you know who had another great game? Is Brant Clark. He had a good game. Great patience on his goal. But yeah, their defense, they really stepped up. And it was also just their forechecking. Their forechecking was unreal. Like guys like Waugh, Zach Dean, Fantilli, these guys forced mistakes, errors, and penalties. And
what's so funny is that when the 3 best players for US handed their watches, did you see Luke Hughes' face?
oh, he was dead inside. Oh my.
He was dead.
And he instantly closed it.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. I'm betting he pulled on what's his name that threw the medal in the crowd.
Oh
The
my.
Sweden guy. I think that was Lies
Someone who did
Anderson. I think that was Lies Anderson.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember watching that clip like right before World Junior started this year, and I was like, the Russian. My dad was telling me the Russians used to stick the middle finger up to the to the cameras.
Yeah.
Like to go, like they take it so. I was telling my dad that too. I said, U.S. is sad. Like you look at Luke Hughes, he looked dead inside. But watch how the U.S. react, and then go watch when Slovakia got eliminated and Finland. Like they're bawling their eyes out because to them it's so much more important. Whereas
Yeah.
North America players, it's more so the Stanley Cup.
But for the US, they usually when the best players get the stick, they usually fist bump at the end. First thing the American guy does, walks away or skates away. Doesn't even look at him.
My other thing is, would you think on the goaltender interference on the first goal, or not like the first goal, but the first call they called?
So I'm gonna give it for the first 2. So the first one, I thought it was a goal. The second one, it was a better call to say no goal. But Ryan Whitney on Spin Chicklets, his reaction is overboard.
It was.
He doesn't know anything. Him and Paul Bissonnette, they don't know anything. All they know how to shave each other's head.
They're grinders. I screenshot it if I can find it. I have 2 screenshots I want to talk about, but find it. They were talking about so this is the rule from the rule book, okay? If an attacking player initiates contact with a goaltender, incidental or otherwise, while the goaltender is in his goal crease and a goal is scored, the goal will be disallowed.
Well, he was in the crease, and he did bump him. That's kind
when
of like a Brett Hull thing.
I saw a lot of American guys complaining about it. And I would say the first one was 50-50. You could have gone either way. The rule book says it's goaltender interference, but I can see where you can argue. The second one to me was a good call. But like the guys complaining, I'm like, you lost 6-2.
Yeah,
Give
like,
you the 2 goals, you still lost.
and that's with an empty netter, so it would have been 6-4.
Like, I don't know. I think they just come up with excuses, and I do think Canada did beat them. Last thing I want to talk about the World Juniors is so Austria got relegated.
Now
So,
Norway is in.
or sorry, now I forget.
Norway's
Latvia,
in. That
but Latvia,
Norway's in.
who got relegated? I forget now.
It was Austria.
Austria. Yeah, okay. This makes sense then. So they asked Austria coach Kirk Fury. So a lot of people were complaining that there's too many teams in the World Juniors, and too many blowouts. And this is what Kirk Fury had to say. They're speaking out of turn, and in order for the game to grow around the world, we need this, and our players need this for confidence. And I do agree. You look at a team like Germany, okay? You have Stützle and Drexler, who are the 2 biggest German stars right now. Isn't Mo Seider German?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 great stars, upcoming stars, right? And to me, getting rid of teams makes no sense, because if you have a team like Germany, for example, or Norway coming up, they get the chance to showcase to little kids, hey, you can actually do this. And to get less teams just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they should have 2 World Juniors. The ones with the highest rated teams and the ones with the lowest rated. Like a A division and a B division. Two
They
world, two world, two world
they
juniors.
have divisions, but I don't know how they work because I didn't really look into it.
Well, it's just by division, but they need to separate the talent.
I see what you're saying.
Have
Also,
Canada, U.S., Finland, Sweden, whenever Russia comes back, if they ever, and one other team, yeah, Czech in one division, and then everybody else.
I just don't know how you can say, like, you could argue. I might sound stupid here, but you could argue there could be 3 divisions in the World Juniors. There's 2 right now, which are in the tournament, and Canada's was stacked.
Yeah.
Sweden, Czechia, all 3. 2 of them in the gold game, one's in the bronze game. The other division, all they had that was good was Finland and US, and you knew they were making it up. Who else was in the division? Switzerland and I want to say Latvia and
Yeah.
was Slovakia in that group, or were they in our group? No,
Ours.
Slovakia was in that group, weren't they? Because they played the US and they lost.
No, they were in ours.
I
They
know the
played
US.
everyone.
Oh, okay.
And
But
now,
yeah,
for the gold medal, or we'll start with the bronze medal. Who's your winning? Who's your winner?
I'm going US. Who are you?
After last night's performance and U.S. likes high scoring games, I'm picking Sweden.
See, I thought Sweden. Okay, but the more I watched back the highlights,
U.S. likes high scoring games, and that's what Sweden likes too.
exactly, and they both play similar this year. My thing is, Sweden's only going to win if Lindbaum can hold them in. The
Well,
U.S. I just don't see the U.S. The U.S. fell apart in the Canada game, but the way they look, they're not satisfied without a medal. And with Sweden, the wheels are falling off the bus. They've slowly just been this whole tournament, and they statistically have not been good in Hamilton or Halifax. Sorry, jeez, they have statistically not been good in Halifax over the World Juniors history. So I do think the U.S. defeat.
score.
I suck at predicting score. I'm gonna go because all Sweden games have been low recently. I'm gonna go 3-2 US.
I'll go 3-2 Sweden.
Ooh. Hopefully it doesn't go to like 2-2 into overtime, and then we're both sitting there like, ooh.
Gold medal.
Bull Mo- before bring up Bull Mo, I was complaining. Why on God's earth do we have the semis yesterday and then the gold game today? If you're gonna,
You have the gold medal game today.
yeah, bronze and gold are today.
I didn't know that.
Do you know how dumb that is? If you have to put back to back, why didn't you put the quarters and semis back to back? Because now you're gonna have tired guys for the gold.
Well,
And that works to Canada's benefit though, because Czechia went to overtime.
well, they're professional athletes. They should be playing 2 games a night.
I guess if you wanna,
And plus, they're kids. They have adrenaline running through their veins 24/7.
I just don't like it personally. But gold game, we were talking about this. So my predictions were wrong for the last games, but when Czechia won, we both said to each other, "Watch, I guess Canada has to win now. We're gonna have the rematch against Czechia."
Yeah, they have to.
Canada's winning. Canada's winning, especially
I
after what
predict.
Joshua Law said.
I predict hot take 7-1.
You think they're gonna bury them like that?
Yep.
Joshua Law, I sent it to you this morning. He said,
They were cocky.
yeah, how cocky Czechia was, and they don't forget. And it's true.
7-1.
Crowd, and it's gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. And I honestly think you can call me biased, but like when they lost that game, they still had like the control of the game.
Well, yeah, but then again, after that game, they found themselves. They found them why they're gonna win.
Yeah, they're not Michiganing their way.
Yeah, but then again, it was 2 really good scoring chances. What did you want them to do? If they scored, what were you gonna say?
Exactly.
All right, so those are your predictions, and now we'll get into the worst team in Canada, not named Vancouver, the Edmonton Oilers.
Cool.
So in their
Yeah.
last couple games, they've let's see, lost one, OT lost, shootout loss. That's not a winning formula when you have Connor McDavid, and he has probably scored in every single game.
Are they in wild card or are they the playoffs?
They're out, like 1 or 2 out.
And so check real quick. They're second in the wild card right now. Okay, they're 1
point.
They're 1 point ahead of the Avalanche and 3 points ahead of the Blues. Now, telling you right now, and 1 point behind the Flames are first. Avalanche are going to be better than them. That's no doubt, especially when their players actually do come back. They've been injured pretty much this whole season. Blues, I don't even know what they're doing there. I think they're going to.
I think it's either retool.
It's going to be retool to me.
So I think either if Edmonton plays like the way that they are, and Ken Holland will be fired, they're gonna slot down into a nice little draft spot that has a chance for them to win the lottery. It hasn't happened yet when a team from either 10, 9, or 8 to jump all the way to 2 or 1.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet in the new format, even though it's been 1 year with it.
Also, so in the Pacific, it is unreal to me that the Kings are at 50 points right now, 4 behind first, who's Vegas.
They're the quietest team.
And their goaltending has been abysmal. If they get goaltending figured out,
Kochenkov is good for Carolina.
I'm talking about the Kings.
I thought you said Carolina.
No, I said the Kings are behind the Vegas.
You said the Canes. You said the Canes.
Roll the tape back. I said Kings.
Clip that.
Yeah, but their goaltending's been horrible. But going back to the Oilers, I don't think the Kraken are going to stay consistent. So I think they're going to fall to the first wild card, and I think the Flames come up. I think you're going to see the Flames doing better slowly and slowly. They're just adjusting.
Ooh, hot
But
take.
Oilers, not the good.
Kraken missed the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're going to fall. They're not staying like this the whole year.
They're not
Um,
making the playoffs in their second year. No
but
way.
but but Edmonton's game against Seattle was disgusting. It was bad. They went up 2-0. One of them was on the power play.
Yeah.
And then they left in 5 unanswered goals. One was an empty netter. And the Kraken scored on the power play. And they have the worst power play since December 3rd. Do you know what their percentage on the power play is, the Kraken, since December 3rd?
15.
6.7%. 6.7% is historically, it can be historically one of the worst power plays of all time in a regular season. That's how bad it is, and they scored. I think it was Matty Beniers scored.
Oh, of course.
And Skinner got pulled. They put in Campbell.
That's a bad idea.
They didn't try at all, the Oilers, and it's disgusting. It is disgusting.
So, do you
Who do you
think by the end of McDavid's contract, is he staying?
If it's going at this rate, it's only going to get worse. And it's either, I don't know if they'll have the money to offer him what he wants.
20?
I could see him leaving.
He will.
Because LA. Just saying.
No, he's not going to LA.
You never know. They're gonna have.
He's not pulling a Wayne Gretzky.
Those are different situations though, but like you never know.
I think he would want to trade out.
You can't trade McDavid. You can't. It's like trying to trade LeBron James. It's like impossible.
Wayne Gretzky did.
Yeah, that was in the 80s when money wasn't like it is
Yari
now.
Curry did.
That's different, man.
Pavel Datsyuk did.
You
to Arizona.
You can't trade McDavid, and they won't. Like,
what about Draisaitl?
He's staying there
for good. He's making 8.
He'll get more after his contract. How long is his contract? Didn't he just sign recently?
No, he has like 4 years.
Yeah, it's nothing to worry about right now. They got to win these years now. But
they just got to win.
Who do you blame? Because it's obviously their defense, but their effort in their forward groups is horrible too.
I blame Ken Holland for making the bad money choices that he has.
It is Cody Ceci.
Darnell Nurse.
Keep signing?
9 points. Okay, he's making more than Cale Makar.
So, horrible contract, yes. But he shouldn't get as much blame as people are trying to blame him for. Because to me, it's like, you're getting Dion Phaneuf. You're on a horrible defensive team. You're on a horrible team. And you're trying to do as best as you can as an offensive defenseman. And you have no one to play with.
Well, to me, I think the best defenseman on the Edmonton Oilers is Evan Bouchard.
He hasn't been good this year.
He has been in some of the games.
Not defensively, though. That's why he fell to the bottom pairing. He was on the top pairing at start of the year. Now he's on the bottom pair. They have CC on the first pair with
Nurse. Is Nurse a lefty?
Yeah. No, CC's a left defenseman, isn't he?
Yeah, right. Bouchard's a righty.
Bouchard's on the bottom with Broberg.
Oh God.
Barry's on.
And also they're drafting. Their drafting's bad too.
Yeah. Who is on the first? Because I'm blanking. Because I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if CC is.
Oh, yeah, CC's on the top pair.
Um,
I think it's Nurse, CC, for the top pair, and then Kulak. I think he's on the second pair.
oh yeah, okay, I couldn't find it, but yeah, I think it's yeah, Kulak's on the second. Um, but like CC in your top four, you're not winning anything. They need Luke Shen.
No, they need a better player than that. They don't need a role player.
Luke Shen. Do you know who was really good for Edmonton? Was Russell. Kurt Russell.
Chris Russell?
Chris Russell. Kurt Russell. He's an actor. Chris Russell was great for them last year.
Isn't he retired?
Yeah, but he was great for them last year.
Yeah, but he did look a lot like a predator though.
He had the most blocked shots last year, or was up there for a long time.
Well, he's probably the top for Oilers.
Yeah, and they need Luke Shen. I'm not saying you stop there, but that's a start. You get Luke Shen because you don't try and. This is the worst thing they could do. Okay, to me, you start off small right now, and then you go big at the deadline, right, or near the deadline. You do not wait all these months just trying to get one guy. If they're just trying to get Chikrin or something, and they take this whole time, and then they don't get him, and then they're like, "Oh crap, I guess this is the team." No, no. And like their forward depth is horrible too. Now, granted, Kane's out, Evander Kane's out, so he'll probably be back.
He had a high chance of being done.
I know that was dangerous, but I liked what I've seen out of Holloway, Dylan Holloway. Costin's been playing great. He's been
I think you trade with the package for Chikrin, Holloway.
It's just their depth, man. Like,
okay, do you want to know? Okay, on the Oilers, personally, the best player not named McDavid Draisaitl, it's not Hyman. It's Ryan Nugent Hopkins. You see his points?
Definitely, yes. He's been one of the most consistent players, like excluding McDavid and Draisaitl because they're astronomical. Nugent Hopkins is.
I think he's a good trade asset if they want to
keep him.
He has a 7-year contract that's going to take him to like 39.
And it's a great contract.
Well, yeah, 5.5, but still, at that level, you need a trade or something.
I don't think
you need something.
Trade though. It's just to me, it's you've signed these guys to bad contracts and you've put yourself in the hole. You signed Campbell, bad contract. You signed Hyman, bad contract. You signed
Well, it's good right now.
But you're trapping too much money. Okay, yeah, because Hyman has been good for them. So I won't crap on Hyman. Hyman has been good. But it's just you're allocating money so horribly. And the thing that doesn't make sense, scratch the Campbell stuff, okay? Like, forget he's Campbell, right? You just got out of a situation of how much money you were pouring into your goaltenders, and it wasn't working. And you got them both off the book, and you had Stuart Skinner, young goaltender, good goaltender, that could have taken the realm. If not, you could have had brought in a guy for 2 years just to take up the starting position to see if Skinner's ready. Instead, you pour this money into Campbell, who's shown he can't play in the playoffs, who's shown that he has bad mental health when it comes to being confident. If he can't play well in front of the Leafs, you think he's going to play well in front of the Oilers? Like, come on.
Well, he is good when it's like intense.
But goaltenders are like pitchers. A goal goes in, you gotta forget it. You just gotta. And he doesn't.
No.
And that's his biggest downfall. He's had the most potential since he got drafted in the first round by the Stars years ago. He's always had this potential.
Yeah. Well, now, last thoughts of the Oilers. What is their first move?
I think it's for a small top 6 defenseman. Like, not a huge move. I think it's just minor pieces.
Do they do what the Leafs did and trade in like a Travis Dermott player for a pick?
I don't know if it's for a, yeah, like you pick up like a guy like that for a pick, like you trade a pick for a guy like that. I just don't think a big splash in the water to me doesn't make sense. I think this team can figure it out. It's getting to the playoffs they have trouble with, but once they get there, McDavid carries them. So to me, it's not. I don't think you need a big splash. If
Well,
you're gonna
you just
Chikrin,
got to get there. You just got to get there.
exactly. And to me, if you're gonna get Chikrin as your big splash, okay, fine. But I'm saying don't go out there and do something stupid just because you're at risk of losing your job. Go out there, make a smart decision, find a guy that you don't have to overpay like crazy, and work with it. And I think it's Luke Shen. I think it's a defenseman. I can't think of a guy right now. I think it's a guy that maybe hasn't proven himself, hasn't had the opportunity to, or just a reliable defensive defenseman that you can bring in. And hot take, it should be a left defenseman. Everyone's been talking about the right side. I think it should be the left side. I think you need to take some of the load off Darnell Nurse. I think he plays way too much minutes. He takes too much crap. You need a left defenseman like Luke Shen or Chikrin that can take the load off. I think the right side can.
I think they should get both of them.
Yes, but I think as of right now, it's left because you have Bouchard, you have Barry. I think those are two fine top 4 guys. DC, you can't move. You're not going to move. No one's going to take it.
Why did they trade Ethan Bear?
Didn't Mike Smith hate him? I think I remember Mike Smith screaming at him one time. Ethan Bear just gets thrown around.
Because of his culture.
The Canucks like him. They like him.
Because he was on Carolina, did not get any play time.
But the Canucks like him. They want to keep him.
Well, that's good. All right, now it's time for your turn. Guess the player. So, all right, I got a yes or no question. I got 20 of them, and you have to keep track of how many questions I ask.
Okay.
So I'll start with: is this player retired?
No.
Okay. Does he play for a team that has a B in their name?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me just take out all of these names.
Crappy question. You could have just Turner West.
Does this player play for a team that has a natural disaster in its logo?
No.
Okay.
You took out 2 teams, the Avalanche and the Hurricanes?
No, I got the Tampa Bay. I got freaking Calgary. I got Does this player play on a team with an animal in its logo?
No.
Okay. Does this player get paid over $5 million a year?
Oh my! I would guess no. Check real quick. That was the one thing I forgot to put down. I'm pretty sure he's not over, or maybe.
Okay, so he's definitely not on the Leafs then.
He's under $5 million.
Okay. Does he play in the Eastern Conference?
Yes.
Atlantic?
Nope.
Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Okay. Ooh. Does he have over 500 points in his career?
No.
So it's not Pittsburgh. It's not Carolina. Does your player play in New York?
No.
Okay. So it's either.
You got your 9th question.
Ninth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got what, 11 more? Yeah, I'm good. So I think it's either Washington or Philadelphia. Is your player a forward?
No.
Defenseman?
Yep.
Okay. So does your player play for Philadelphia?
Nope.
Washington. Okay.
Nope.
I wasn't even a question.
He doesn't.
Okay, so it's New Jersey.
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you thought New Jersey was in New York.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. New Jersey's a part of New York. What do you mean? Of course they are.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
New
it
Jersey's
is.
a state.
Yeah, but it's a part of New York.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Bro, search it up. New Jersey
I will
is a
search it up right
state
now. Hey.
outside of New York. Oh my,
Okay,
you are
ready?
so
Ready, ready,
stupid.
ready?
You're not living this down ever. I'm waiting. I can't wait to see your face. It's gonna be amazing. Holy, you're slow.
Okay, ready? A few miles apart, separated only by the Hudson River, New Jersey and New York City are in plain sight of each other. Getting there would seem.
They're different states. And you search up New York City. New York's a state. New York State and New Jersey are two different states. Thank you. They were separated in like the 1800s.
So, is your player over 28 years old?
No. Let me double check.
Oh, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't know why I doubled. You're at question number 15.
Did this player get a new extension in his contract?
Yeah, you know who it is.
It's Jonas Siegenthaler.
Yep. Who did he play for before the Devils?
Pardon?
Who did he play for before the Devils?
Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're let's do I think we'll save the Holland Timmins dilemma last. So let's draft our top 10 centers.
Ooh.
So let's pick a number between what, 1 and 5?
Yep. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
2.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I wonder who you're gonna pick.
Yeah, that's Connor McDavid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Ooh. See, old Matthew would have gone with someone else. The new Matthew going with Leon Draisaitl. Yep. He's better than Matthews. I've changed my heart.
All right, I'm going Nathan McKinnon.
I'm going Austin Matthews.
Tage Thompson.
I had him lower on my. I have like a whole scouting thing. I had him lower. I'm gonna go. Ooh, you know what? We'll probably argue because I'm pretty sure this guy will. The guy that I'm not picking is gonna be your next pick. I'm gonna go Sidney Crosby.
That was my next pick.
Really? I thought you were gonna pick or. Well,
can't say him, right?
yeah, I can't.
No, I can't say him.
We were talking about him. He's elite.
Who did let's see. So, uh, would Steven Stamkos be classified as a center or a winger?
I would classify. He's like Draisaitl, like he plays both, but I would classify him as a center.
You know what? He's been having a monster 2 years, and his last game was so good. Jack Hughes.
The fact that you Mika Zibanejad.
Okay. So what? I have McDavid, Tage Thompson, Jack Hughes, and Nathan
And
McKinnon.
McKinnon.
This is my last pick. Um. Okay. Uh. Who? Who have you picked?
I picked Draisaitl, Matthews, Crosby, and Zibanejad.
Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna go with. Ooh. Uh. Jack Eichel.
Ooh. See, he'd be higher up on my list if he was healthy. I'm stuck between two guys right now, but I guess I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with Steven Stamkos.
All right.
My last three I was thinking of was wait, do you have one more pick? Or no?
No.
Okay. The last three I was thinking of was Stamkos, Point, and Pedersen. Pedersen's been great too.
Okay, now let's do alumni centers. All right,
So
ready?
So of all time?
Yeah. All right. Now pick a number between 1 and 5. Okay, you count down.
Okay, let me like get in your head. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
2.
Oh,
All right, Gretzky.
I'm you.
Mark Messier.
So Sidney Crosby.
Why?
I was that a bad pick?
Yeah, but there's so many more. There's so many more options.
It's Sidney Crosby.
I don't care.
Name a better center right now. That's better than Sidney Crosby that you're gonna pick right now.
All right, ready? So I have Gretzky, Messier, and Stevie Eiserman.
I thought about him. Guess what? Crosby's better than him. He is. He is.
Oh, don't pick my next player.
Oh God. I don't like when you pull these on me because I'm never prepared. Like when I'm prepared, I destroy you. Well,
Yeah,
this
right.
might be a hot take. Connor McDavid.
Joe Sakic.
He was my next pick. Gordie Howe.
He's not a center.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's a winger.
He played center too.
No, he's not. He's a
Yes, he
full-time
did.
winger. He
No,
never
he didn't.
played center.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I don't even care.
No.
He did.
No.
But go.
No.
I was
No.
around.
No. I'm not. No. 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 Pick another one. No. Gordie Howe's a winger. Listed on NHL 22. He's a winger.
Oh, you always go by video games, like you loser. Oh, the fact that he hasn't picked Stan Mikita.
Okay, sure. You can have Stan Mikita. As my last pick, guess what? I'm going to have Henrik Sedin. Don't give me that look.
That was a bad pick.
You know, you're a bad pick. Pick yourself.
I've given up with this draft. I'm just gonna pick him because he's my favorite player of all time, Matt Sundin.
I win. 100%.
Because you have Gretzky and Messier.
Yeah, why didn't you pick Messier? Like, come on.
Because Lemieux's the second best center or player of all time.
I don't care.
But what am I forgetting that I wanted to bring up? Oh yeah, hold up. Before we get to the Leaf thing, this won't be long. Just really quickly. 3-on-3 overtime in the NHL should be 10 minutes long, not 5 minutes long, and they should get rid of the shootout. What are your thoughts on ties?
Well, no. I think it should be 5-on-5, or not 5, 3-on-3, 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 3-on-3 for 2 minutes. 2-on-2 for 2 minutes.
Shut up. I
Hey,
hate
yo, will
when
you
people
shut up?
bring that up every single time we talk about overtime. There's always an idiot that goes, "Oh, we should go from 5-on-5 to 4-on-4 to 3-on-3 to 2-on-2." We're just having the goalies fighting in the middle of the rink. Woo!
Hey, ooh, yourself. No, they should go like that because then the games will go quicker.
It's stupid, and it is never going to happen.
It will happen because Gary Bettman is so stupid in his mind that he's going to take out of his job and then give it to me.
Shut up. Okay, this is what's going to happen. They're going to do 3-on-3. They should make it 10 minutes. It adds more depth to the game because there's more lines that are allowed to play. Whereas 5-on-5, you see the same 2, maybe 3 lines every single shift. Okay, and you do a tying system. I'm sick of the shootout. You do a tie system, and they just get 1 point each. Because why? What's the point of the shootout? It's so stupid to me. Do it in the preseason, fine. Do a little doopy-doopy-doo, okay? But it drives me up the wall when they do the shootout. It doesn't allow the winner.
If they're gonna continue the shootout, they should have both shooters from each team go at once. Yeah. That's some house league rules.
We're just gonna skip over this because I can't handle you right now because you're just saying the dumbest.
Hey, you know what? No, I'm being the right person here. You're wearing a Leafs hat, okay, or a toque, and you think it's so biased because they just lost. Brother.
Well, no, because they deserve to lose that game.
You know what? You deserve to lose because I'm right.
Okay, transition. Because we're talking about Leafs. Nice transition there. Let's talk about what's going down in the 6th, okay? Because I like Sheldon Keefe. He is so egotistical.
Did you see how much weight he's gained? He looks like Santa Claus now.
Oh, bro. Anyway, number 1, 5 forwards, dumbest thing ever. Have 4 forwards. I would rather have Michael. I'd rather have Morgan Riley or Rasmus Sandino there over Michael Bunting, number 1. Okay?
Michael Riley?
Mike Riley from the Boston Bruins. Anyways, we were scored on because of it. Okay, and that's when it should have stopped. And then as I'm complaining, Michael Bunting gets a tip-in and scores on the power play with the 5 forwards. So now we know it's not going to go away because Keefe just loves it so much. And Keefe's golden boy, Justin Hall, won't get out of the lineup. He loves that man. He loves that man. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
He must take him to dinner.
That's what I'm. Because I told you know I stood up for Justin Hall a lot. Okay, but
yeah, and I've freaking crapped on his face.
He's a big guy that doesn't really use his body against the board. I remember the one goal. I'm trying to remember. I think it was a Brandon Saad's second goal. Hall had the puck and got bodied off in the corner when he's like 6'2". Okay, and then Gio thinks it's a good idea to go into the corner too, and then Saad just gets.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously Hall's not going to come with that puck, so Giordano has to come in there.
No, you don't throw your 2 defensemen in a corner.
Well, I get that, but that's why the center needs to get there. But then again, Hall's never going to win a puck battle. He's never.
Which it drives Hall because he's big, and his decision making is just so crap.
So, I would put in Timmins without Hall, and then I would bump up Timmins down to the bottom pair, and I'd put whoever's down there up.
So this is what it would be. If Timmins came in, he'd play right side, obviously. Brody would go back to the left. He would play with Timmins. And then you'd have Gio with Riley.
I thought you said you didn't want Giordano playing on the right side.
Oh, true.
You know you do? You know you do
playing,
is you have Sandine and Littlegren, okay? And then you have Brody and or Riley Brody, and then Giordano Timmins.
I don't really like Brody and Riley together.
Okay, then put Littlegren there, and then have Giordano play with Sandine.
Don't split Sandine and Littlegren. But Riley gives up so many 2-on-1s. He's not gives up, but like he's on the ice for so many 2-on-1s. It's just annoying. The issue though with scratching Hull is who's going to play the PK.
That's easy. It's an easy choice.
Not.
It is. Your top line is Giordano Brody, and then your bottom pair is Sandine and Littlegren. And
Sandine's never played on the penalty kill before.
Yes, he has in the Marlies. He played 30 minutes a game.
Not the Leafs. The Marlies. That's the A.
Yeah, I don't care. He played 30 minutes a game with the Marlies, and that's basically bottom pair.
This is my thing, okay? This is what you do. You do a William Nylander as Sheldon Keefe. You go up to Sandine, and you go up to Littlegren, you go up to Timmins, and you go, or not Littlegren, you go up to Timmins, and you go up to Sandine, and you go, you want more playing time? You're not good enough to be on the power play, okay? You want more playing time? Then learn how to be on the PK. Then you'll get more playing time. That's what
you sound like Mike Babcock. You sound like you need Jason Spezza on the penalty kill, or else he's going to be held to scratch.
That's what you do, though. You go, earn your minute, okay? Because Timmins is good. Timmins is good, and honestly, obviously he's going to be scratched first because he was brought in as the seventh defenseman because everyone was hurt. But Keefe needs to know that the management needs to know if Hull is in our top four come playoff time, we are not making it past the first round.
So what you do is, you see that guy named Jake Muzzin? Yeah, you give him a new neck.
Oh, let's just not be serious again and just get him a new neck. Also, another bad coaching decision. Why is Sandine in the shootout over Tavares?
Okay, I watched the Steve Dangle video, and he said that Sandine is like an 80% in shootouts.
So I saw a clip of him before he was with the Leafs in Europe playing, and he's kind of nasty on the shootout. But you're telling me game on the line, you're not giving it to the captain?
Yeah, that's
like call me old style. Call me old style. If you want to go like statistic, it was the smart decision.
But the reason why he didn't go with Tavares is because you remember that game against Philadelphia? And Sheldon Keefe was coaching that game.
But,
and that was such a Brad Marchand moment.
I know, but like, I guess I'm just old style, but it's like, game on the line, you give it to the captain. It's in Toronto. You give it to the captain.
Nah.
What
with what?
Contract.
Whose contract?
Contract extension. What are you giving Bunting? In a perfect world, I'm giving him $4 million for 7 years. No, in a perfect world, it's 3.5 for 7 years. But realistically, it's probably gonna be $4 million 8 years.
I wouldn't mind it. It's just another contract.
I think he takes a discount. And I was telling my dad, Hyman leaving. Okay, first. Johnson and Kapanen leaving. Okay. Right. Hyman leaving. It was like, oh, but okay. The turn. Bunting is Matthews' left winger. You do not get rid of that man. That is Matthews' left winger for the duration of Matthews' career in Toronto. Bunting is on that left wing. And that's what you use for Matthews in the contract negotiations. You go, look, We re-signed Bunting for you. He is your left wing guy. Nylander's probably gonna leave. I think Nylander leaves, but you go Matthews. We're gonna
Oh,
need.
hot take. Hot take. I think Tavares not gonna be there for much longer
He's not getting traded. He won't be traded.
for the money,
He won't.
wise.
He won't be traded.
Oh, or a Nylander takes a 1-year deal,
No.
and then he gets the big extension.
No. So I was talking about that, and that won't happen. And this is why. Nylander's agent, they're very tough. Okay, other players you can buy their like stuff with their autograph on it. Nylander, he doesn't do that. You have to find him, and he only signs certain stuff. So why would you trust? Put yourself as a player. You're coming off a career year, say, okay? Why would you trust a general manager for one more year at a smaller contract when you could get injured and never play like you used to, or you don't play good, and then you don't get the contract that you were going to get originally? That's such a dumb decision as a player. He's going to get a lot of money, and he won't get the recognition he deserves until he's out of Toronto. He's an amazing player. People don't talk about him.
Well, yeah, but with that, there's a reason why everyone hates on him. Because of his stern play.
Well, look at the Blues game in overtime. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's the thing. He just watched it. Watched it.
Twice in a row in the same shift. He skated right around him, and he just stood there. Unreal. Like, Willie drives me up the wall because in the one end you'll be like, "What are you doing?" And then he gets the fucking scores, and you're like, "Are you kidding me? Like, how am I supposed to be mad?" Like, he's so annoying to watch sometimes. It's like Engvall.
Especially if you're a dad or an uncle. Dads and uncles hate William Nylander.
Old style hockey fans hate Willie. Can't stand him.
And speaking of Nylander and his heritage with Sweden, let's do the draft of Sweden players.
I was not prepared for this. Like, you just... Okay, first, what are you giving Bunting? I just need to know. Give me a number.
Yeah, 4, sure. 4, sure.
All
right, since I've had the first pick for every single time, I'll give you it. I'm nice.
Okay. This shouldn't be controversial. I'm just Yeah, this shouldn't be controversial. Matt Sundin.
Okay. I'll take Victor Hedman.
That's a horrible pick. Peter Forsberg.
Boreas Salming.
Nicholas Lidstrom.
Erik Karlsson.
Second bet. That's a hot take. Second best Sweden defenseman of all time, Erik Karlsson. Well, I don't know if that's a hot take, but
Ooh. No, don't do this to me.
The same guy. I can't stand him. Oh, but do I pick him?
Don't do this to me.
I don't know who I want. There's still a lot of guys that are really good. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Daniel Alfredsson.
Who?
Daniel Alfredsson.
Oh. Did you take Nick Lundstrom?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just to be sure. Ooh. Marcus Naslund.
Henrik Sedin.
Henrik Lundqvist.
I'm telling you, you just got murdered in that draft.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I put up a good fight.
I have the two best or two highest scoring Sweden players of all time. I have the best Sweden defenseman of all time. I have Henrik Sedin, and I have Peter Forsberg. Peter Forsberg has the most points in a World Juniors tournament of all time.
Well, you know what? Let's go to Finland. We'll do this one, and then we'll do Czech. Then that'll be it.
Quick news. Jake DeBrusk, LTIR, broken fibula, and they're recalling Chris Wagner.
Oh God.
But it sucks for DeBrusk. DeBrusk has been having an amazing year ever since the coaching change. He's been amazing.
Yeah.
Great top six guy. But
if he makes 4 mil, Bunting makes 4 mil.
Yeah, but I think DeBrusk is better than Bunting.
Yeah. Okay, for Finnish players. Okay, we'll do the countdown. You start it.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
3. Timo Solani.
Crap. Gary Curry. I mean, I think that's like the first two.
Saku Koivu.
Pick Montreal Canadiens. I'm not picking him because I hate him with a passion. I'm gonna go. I'll go Mikko Koivu.
Okay. Teppo Numminen.
I'm gonna go. This is my fourth pick, right? Or third?
Third.
Barkov.
Okay. I'm gonna go with former leading scorer for the Florida Panthers, which was broken by Huberdeau, Olli Jokinen.
I didn't pick him because I don't like him. I'm gonna go Tuukka Rask.
Mikko Rantanen.
That's what I was gonna pick next. Crap. Well, I'm gonna go. Kimmo Timonen.
Okay. All right. Now we're gonna do Czechia players.
Whoa.
Last one.
But hold up. Because they're separated countries. So are we doing Czechia?
Just look up CZECH. Hockey players.
Shut up.
I don't see. Okay, well, yeah, I do see that. I do see the certain player, but whoever gets him wins.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
4.
Oh my! The one time you picked 4.
Yarmer Yager.
Yeah, of course. Oh, who else was it gonna be? And I'm gonna go Patrick Elias.
Okay, I'll take David Pastrnak.
Oh, why'd you say that like that was diss?
I don't know why.
Like he was good. One of the best Devils of all time. Well, in recent memory.
Oh, don't pick this guy. Oh no.
Hey, Duke.
Dominic Hasek.
Hold up. Wow. I thought he was Slovakian.
You're dead.
That's a rip right there. That's really a rip. Yo, you know your goalies all time sucks when the fifth most played Czech goalie of all time is Peter Mrazek.
Oh no, no.
I'm gonna go Thomas Vukan then.
That is your third pick, right?
Yeah. Oh, I hope you don't pick the one I'm thinking of.
David Krejci.
Oh my God. I'll go Crossbow then.
Did you pick Thomas Hurdle?
No.
Okay, I'll pick Jakub Voracek.
What was the like? What? What was the point of that?
Just seeing if you picked them.
I'll go Thomas Hurdle.
Ooh, I could have went with Robert Lang, but you know what? That is gonna do it for this episode, and thank you.